Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Take the Fear Out the Gear with me, Mr. Chumley Warner.
And me, Mr. Jason Bangers, and today again we're on a theme roll.
It's the analogue tape machines.
Now this is a rare old thing, this. We've had to look online for the model number of it because actually this would have had a glass door on the front. And unfortunately, like I was saying about the Akai we showed you a little while ago that's got the flap, as I said, these things tend to get lost, they tend to get broke. So if you can find something that's complete, it's a bonus. However, this has not got its glass flap on which would have been the model number. However, Simon has managed to search the entry web and find it.
Yeah, the model number, it's an RCA YZG 565J, and that's all we know. We can't find a year or anything. My guess would be 1970s, 80s at the latest.
Wasn't RCA a recording company? They were, weren't they?
Yeah, they made microphones as well, didn't they? RCA Victor, I think it was.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So they obviously expanded their empire and made machines and all sorts, and like Simon says, microphones as well. So what do we know about this machine? Well, it's got 3 different speeds on it. It runs on 1/4-inch tape, which is your bog standard usually. The size of the reels, I'm judging they're 7-inch by the look of the screen now, are they?
Yeah, and you can obviously...
It takes bigger, does it? No, it doesn't.
No, you can put the smaller ones on, I think 3 and 5-inch reels as well.
And as you can see on top cam here, we have the controls. You got your on-off power switch here, and automatic level. Believe it or not, that is quite innovative for a thing like this, which means it's got built-in compression, so if you're recording a live band, it will level your sound out for you, which is quite something. Tone control on here, you got a volume for channel 2 here, and then you got your transport stuff here. You got record channel 1, channel 2, so you can do them either or separate at the same time. Rewind, stop, play, fast forward. I've got a pause button there. PA system on it means you can plug speakers into it without actually having to drag out a separate amplifier, so it will power a couple of speakers for you, and volume for channel 1 and tone for channel 1. So quite simple, very, very basic, Simon.
Yeah, I think on the front you can see here there's a couple of mic sockets, one for each channel, and then we're on the other side, we're running it off the headphone socket.
Not the RCAs. Yeah, we just what's in the back here? I can't remember now.
Yeah, you got your RCA. Yeah.
So what do these old machines sound like? Well, to the best of our knowledge, just as good as any reasonable. So I mean, these were your middle range hi-fi units, weren't they?
Yeah.
They weren't made for studios really. However, it would be a nice thing to master on too, as we said. Why not? It runs at 7.5 IPS. It runs at 3 and 3/8. I can't remember the bit after the time.
Yeah, it's 7.5, 3 and 3/4, and 1 and 7/8.
1 and 7/8, which is mega slow. So, as usual, I've recorded a bit of level 42, right?
There we go.
The bass tone is just beautiful. I think that's when Mark King was using an Olympic. You notice the warmth of it, you know, it's just really, really, really warm now. I don't know what these tones do, whether they make much difference here. So I'm just going to change the tones and drop it back in again. That's what you want. Nice and bright, nice and bassy. And this recording, incidentally, this was probably, well, it's bound to have been done in the 70s, I reckon. They did this probably.
Yeah.
This is really early recording as well.
So the top end off the heads is really good. You've lost nothing at all.
No. And that tape is years old. I mean, I've recorded onto that tape which I've already had for years and years and years. So the quality on tape's good. It really does have longevity. Unlike CDs, unfortunately, we thought they'd be around forever, but they're rubbish. They've got no longevity at all. They break, they get brittle.
They get scratched.
Yeah, the information comes off, which is only like a piece of tin foil. Oh, it's terrible. They're rubbish. You wouldn't want anything important on a CD kept. I'd be much happier if it was saved onto the tape, I swear to God.
I suppose another thing is you may ask, why has it got the 3 tape speeds? What people used to do, before the internet and you could just call people up, people used to actually, like on the slowest speed, the 1 7/8, they used to record dialogues or record a message for their friends or family on one of their lot of small 3-inch tapes, and then they'd actually send it to their family abroad. So it's like a little message. And then obviously with another machine running at the same speed, you can play it back. So that's what the slower speeds was used for, mainly just dialogue or messages or dictation.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need any major quality for 1 1/8 do you, or whatever it is.
1 7/8.
Yeah,
no,
that.
just for your voice. It does no need for quality, but for CDs and hi-fi stuff, 7.5 is brilliant.
Not only that, there's every chance that the guy that was recording the dialogue, there's every possibility he might have had some handheld device that only recorded at 3 IPS. It probably didn't go any faster than that. So at least with this, you can play your 3 different formats, as it were.
Yeah, and some of the pre-recorded tapes you used to get, some of them were 7.5, and some of them are 3 3/4. So it's good having a multi-function machine, depending on what pre-recorded tape you want to play.
So what would you use this for today? Well, just for actually putting digital into it, recording all your favourite albums onto tape, and sit back and listen to them. And believe me, it'd be like a completely different listening experience for you, because you've got an animated object that's turning round. The sound might drop out every now and then a little bit. It's character. That might not be a good professional usage, but they did drop out from time to time, and it just gives them their unique style. But the sound is just, you can sit back in a chair. Yeah. You can sit back in a chair, listen to this. I mean, it's just a piece of art. It's a bit beautiful thing to have in your room. Just imagine a nice modern house with something very old like this turning in the background. It's a bit like that scene in Pulp Fiction, isn't it? It's a Pulp Fiction. It was a teenage wedding. Yeah, it was Pulp Fiction, where John Travolta goes back to her house. She puts a tape on, reel to reel. Smashing.
And I suppose the last thing to do is, if I can do it, in the middle here, if you want to carry it around, there's your pop-out handle.
Brilliant.
So you can take it from room to room or do whatever you want with it.
That's quite a classy design, actually. I think you just push it down one side and it just comes up. Like.
Oh, I was doing the difficult one.
Yeah, you just do that and then you grab it and up it comes. But that's really well engineered. Again, they do like to over-engineer these machines, these people. But then they were built to last, and guess what? They've lasted. Hope you've enjoyed this edition of Take the Fear Out of Gear, ladies and gentlemen, with me, Jason Bangers.
And me, Mr. Chumley Warner.
Ciao for now.